Day 49, verses 6 to 8, Outer Renunciation versus Inner Discipline. Namaste and welcome to Gita 360. Previously, we read that action is unavoidable. Today, the Gita takes that understanding deeper. It asks us to look inward with honesty and find what we have actually let go and what is still controlling us. Then it offers us a wiser path. Those who restrain the senses of action while continuing to dwell on sense objects in the mind certainly delude themselves and are to be called pretenders. It is possible for us to appear disciplined on the outside, yet remain deeply restless within. We may move on from people, yet replay old conversations in silence. We may speak of contentment, yet quietly measure our life against someone else's. We may walk away from habits that weaken us, yet still feel their pull in moments of loneliness, stress, or temptation. What leaves our life physically often continues to live within us emotionally. There is a gap between the life we show and the life we quietly carry inside. And that inner conflict tires us in ways we do not always recognize. On the other hand, if a sincere person tries to control the active senses by the mind and begins karma yoga without attachment, he is by far superior. The answer to the conundrum in verse 6 is not withdrawal from life, but control over it. To govern the senses through a disciplined mind and step fully into action without becoming attached. This is what inner discipline looks like. It is the ability to enjoy without becoming dependent, to work without becoming consumed, to care deeply without letting fear, ego, or constant expectation disturb the mind. A disciplined person does not run away from responsibility. They remain fully engaged, working, serving, building, nurturing, contributing. But there is freedom in the way they act. They continue to act brought from a place of balance. That is the dignity of Karma Yoga. You should thus perform your prescribed Vedic duties, since action is superior to inaction. One cannot even maintain one's physical body without work. A dutiful life is made up of ordinary acts repeated with sincerity. Showing up when we feel tired, keeping our word when it is inconvenient, caring for family, carrying responsibilities, doing honest work, and standing by what is right even when no one is watching. The Gita says, do what is yours to do, because inaction is not an option. So when we stop seeing responsibility as a burden forced upon us and begin seeing it as a part of our growth, even everyday action becomes sacred. Our daily life builds an extraordinary inner life within us. Patience, strength, humility all become intrinsic parts of who we are. Some of us know what it feels like to lead two lives, the one the world sees and the one we quietly live within. Outwardly, life appears organized, capable, and controlled. Internally, there may be anxiety, comparison, unfulfilled desire, emotional dependence, or the exhausting need to prove ourselves. We learn to manage appearances, but rarely learn how to understand what truly drives us. And some of the hardest battles we fight stay invisible. Perhaps that is why we sometimes feel tired in ways sleep does not fix. It is not always the weight of responsibility that exhausts us. Often, It is the inner struggle we carry while trying to meet those responsibilities. The Gita reminds us that peace does not come from escaping life, nor from pretending to be detached. Peace comes when we begin to understand ourselves honestly, loosen the hold of attachment, and act from a place that is inwardly freer. Then action no longer feels like a bond. It becomes a path of pure nobility and wisdom. Thought of the day. We spend so much time shaping the life others can see, yet far less time understanding the life unfolding within us. As you move through your day to day, ask yourself, what is quietly shaping my choices? Wisdom or attachment? Thank you for joining me on Gita 360. May we learn to live with greater honesty within ourselves, and through that honesty, discover the freedom that comes from acting with clarity, steadiness, and peace.